According to George Russell's fans, the majority of them still believe that he can win the title this year. But are they simply being delusional? Ahoy hoy, and thank you for joining me on Inside the Grid. Media outlet Racing News 365 recently asked George Russell's fans if they truly believe that he's still in the fight for the championship this year. And the results were actually quite surprising, at least to me anyway, because only 62% of George Russell fans, yes, fans, said that they think he still has a shot for the title in 2026. And 45% of that 62% said that they thought that his chances were fading fast, which means that a massive 38% of his fans have lost hope in him entirely. And the rest of them are also beginning to turn to the dark side. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually surprised by that, because I have recently posted videos on Instagram and TikTok with utterly ridiculous odds for drivers like Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso and what it would take for them to win the championship. And in their cases, it is essentially win every single race and Kimi DNFs every race, which of course is absurd. However, all of their fans are in the comments and backing them up all the way. And let's face it, Lando Norris doesn't really have a shot, does he? Especially compared to George Russell. And the Fernando Alonso video was just a bit of fun, really. I mean, the guy's got 1 point for Christ's sake. But his fans still came to his defense in the comments. So when we then go to talk about George Russell, who at this stage really should be the favourite to dethrone Kimi Antonelli from the top of the standings, I don't actually think that. I'll get into that in just a second. But most would believe that he is the favourite to beat Kimi Antonelli if anyone is going to. But only 62% of his fans actually believe in him. Now, does that mean that this 62% of his fan base are delusional, or that the other bunch are simply bad fans? Well, here's what I think. I actually think that Lewis Hamilton is the favourite of all the drivers to beat Kimi Antonelli, because so far George Russell has not had an answer for him, and he's in equal machinery. Well, we say equal, but he has ran a car with significant power issues for a good few weekends now. And of course he has had one more DNF than Kimi, so we do need to take that into account. But regardless of any of that, he has been on the back foot for most of the year in an almost equal car. So if George Russell can't beat Kimi Antonelli, I'd say that the only other driver that could is actually Lewis Hamilton, because he actually has the potential to have a better car developed for him in this second half of the year, whereas George Russell does not have that opportunity. For instance, Mercedes have a massive reliability issue, and if that continues, again, it is likely to affect both George and Kimi, so it may even out between them, whereas the Ferrari is reliable, so those weekends where Mercedes have issues, the Ferrari is more likely to keep running and claw back some points. I would call that a huge advantage for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell doesn't have that luxury whilst running in the same machinery as Kimi Antonelli. So essentially, whatever Mercedes improves on George's car, it goes on Kimi's car as well. So he won't ever have a car advantage to Kimi, whereas Lewis Hamilton could have. I mean, we saw it last year with Max Verstappen after the summer break, and we're currently in the exact same position again now. Last year, Red Bull made such huge improvements to their car that the McLaren, which seemed undefeatable for the first half of the season, was all of a sudden on the back foot compared to the Red Bull, especially in the hands of Max Verstappen. McLaren last year actually won 11 races in the first half of the season. Mercedes this year, who we all really consider to be the car to beat and has been relatively dominant over the rest of the grid, has actually only won 8 races, although there has actually been 2 fewer races in the first half of this year as opposed to 2025. But even when you take those races away, Mercedes aren't as dominant as McLaren were last season. And in the end, we all saw it, Lando Norris only won by 2 points. Which means that if we see a major improvement in the second half of the season with the Ferrari, like we did last year with the Red Bull, then George Russell is actually far from the favourite to dethrone Kimi Antonelli. So I think that those 62% of George Russell fans that still think that he's in with a shot are aiming for the stars, but on the way they've been pulled into the gravitational pull of the moon and are just lying to themselves that they made it. Basically, yeah, they're delusional. Sorry to say it. But at the same time, I am genuinely surprised that it's not more of them, to be honest. If you made it to the end of the video, then thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, then please do hit the like and the subscribe buttons. They are the best way to support the channel. And you also may have noticed a few animations coming up throughout the video. I'm currently trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. That is my goal right now. So if you do subscribe, then thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.